On October 13th, 2022 on Asher Avenue, we spotted a black sport bike with no license plate.
Which direction?
Eastbound.
The moment we activated the blue lights to initiate a stop, the rider immediately hit the throttle. What started as a simple traffic stop instantly turned into a high-speed pursuit.
Which direction?
Eastbound.
Which direction?
Eastbound.
The moment the suspect decided to run, it became a psychological choice escape at all costs. But for us, a pursuit isn't about going faster, it's about control. The radio was activated.
630 East.
Copy 630 eastbound. 630.
Supporting units began sharing positions in real time, quickly working to lock down the suspect's direction of travel.
10-4, we're just now getting to 630 East.
Copy back at 630 east to 30.
CFS comments headed.
The suspect kept looking back while accelerating to nearly 100 miles per hour, a clear sign of mounting psychological pressure. At this point, he was no longer riding with normal instincts. Decisions made under this kind of stress are often rushed, inaccurate, and lead to critical mistakes.
More copy of Blackmail Green.
Taking 40 west from the 30 east.
He made the wrong choice and didn't realize there was no path that would let him escape the consequences of the law.
He's driving in the oncoming lanes, back on the eastbound side.
He's now riding into oncoming traffic. That's a clear sign he's completely lost control. This is the most dangerous phase, not just for him, but for everyone on the road. We maintain distance, but keep constant pressure.
We're westbound, coming up on Allen Street.
Westbound.
What you wouldn't expect is what the suspect is actually carrying inside that backpack.
Get on the ground! I'll shoot you! I'll shoot you! He's on fire!
The moment the taser was deployed, he instantly burst into flames. Turns out, the backpack he was wearing was carrying a full container of gasoline.
He's on fire! Get a extinguisher! Extinguisher!
Faced with this unexpected situation, we immediately switched priorities and used a fire extinguisher to put out the flames on his body.
He's on fire! Put your hands behind your back! He's not on fire anymore. We're 215. Start aiming. Stop moving.
Once the fire was out, the suspect Christopher Gaylor survived and later pleaded guilty to felony fleeing. Despite a prior criminal history and being on parole at the time, he was sentenced to 7 years of probation. This case shows how one bad decision can spiral out of control in seconds. Stay calm and take a look. On February 13th, 2024, we spotted a motorcycle with no license plate. As usual, we approached, activated our lights and sirens, and signaled the rider to pull over. But instead of stopping, he immediately hit the throttle and fled. That's where the pursuit tactics begin. radio is on. Units start exchanging positions. In every pursuit, we don't just chase, we control space and time. Every turn the suspect makes is anticipated in advance to minimize risk. And in this case, as the suspect enters the highway at high speed, weaving aggressively, it shows a loss of cognitive control. Pressure from behind pushes him into instinct-driven decisions, no longer assessing danger properly. This is the most accident-prone phase. What was bound to happen, happened. The crash was inevitable. All those rushed decisions built up into one major mistake. The moment he goes down, our strategy shifts instantly from pursuit to rescue. Preserving life becomes the priority. Fortunately, he survives, is transported to the hospital, makes a full recovery, and is taken into custody. The suspect now faces charges including fleeing from law enforcement, reckless driving, and serious traffic violations, carrying potential jail time under the law. Next, another case unfolds on November 6, 2021 on Shiloh Road in Hiram, Georgia. We spotted Uriah Wade Hall riding a Suzuki Hayabusa at excessive speed. When we attempted a traffic stop, he showed signs of resisting and preparing to flee. Hall was exceeding the speed limit by over 20 miles per hour on Shiloh Road in Hiram. The pattern of accelerating and slowing near the highway exit wasn't random, it was a way to test our response. When he signaled as if to stop, it was just a setup, creating space before making his move to run. The moment he entered I-75 southbound and hit 145 miles per hour, a no-turning-back mindset took over. At that speed, control is an illusion. He wasn't escaping, he was just delaying the inevitable end of the pursuit. Three patrol units stayed close to maintain pressure. One unit moved in and made contact with the rear of the motorcycle. At this speed, every decision carries extreme risk even for the officers involved. Choosing to initiate contact to end a pursuit is never simple. It can stop the situation quickly, but it can also lead to serious consequences. We constantly weigh immediate danger against the risks that follow. When the suspect lost control and crashed, it wasn't unexpected, it was the inevitable result of sustained speed and pressure. At that moment, the operation shifts instantly from pursuit to rescue and scene control. During the search, we recovered a loaded 9mm handgun, nearly 829 grams of methamphetamine, a quantity of heroin, digital scales, and cash. What began as a speeding violation quickly revealed a much more serious criminal case. The suspect, Uriah Wade Hall of Georgia, had prior convictions for theft and drug-related offenses. He now faces charges including felony fleeing, drug trafficking and possession, illegal firearm possession, and providing false identification. Given his record, a lengthy prison sentence is highly likely. On April 10, 2025, we spotted a vehicle moving in a suspicious manner. As we approached, the subject showed clear signs of evasion and refused to cooperate. As the suspect moved westbound and began accelerating, it became clear this was a calculated escape. He wasn't running randomly, he chose a route with less control. For us, this is where reading the route matters more than simply following. Setting up a roadblock ahead is far more complex than it seems. With a suspect moving fast and constantly changing direction, every move has to be calculated in real time. A delay of just a few seconds can collapse the entire plan. At speeds over 130 miles per hour, the pursuit moves beyond normal control limits. At this point, the strategy isn't to force an immediate stop, but to maintain pressure and let the suspect make a mistake. High speed always comes with high error margins.
Speed 100, Castle 134.
36 secondary alcohol for 30 with left lane, white traffic, 150. Turning around.
When the suspect suddenly stops, it doesn't mean it's over. In many cases, it's just a transition either to flee on foot or attempt deception. We always approach assuming the subject is still capable of resisting.
Speed 30.
As speed drops and the suspect enters an area near a university, the risk level increases significantly due to traffic and pedestrians. This is where we tighten control and shift priority toward public safety.
Speed 30. We're at university in the front service road.
Repeated commands to stop aren't just for compliance, they create psychological pressure. As the suspect begins to lose direction, resistance drops. This becomes the critical moment to safely bring the pursuit to an end. The moment the suspect stops the vehicle and chooses to flee on foot, his path forward is effectively over. He was quickly apprehended shortly after. When the suspect starts asking for help and showing remorse, it signals a psychological collapse. From resistance to cooperation, we move in quickly, secure his hands, and eliminate any remaining threat before applying handcuffs. During the check, the suspect denies wrongdoing and attempts to downplay the situation. This is a common tactic to delay or deflect. However, all statements will be verified through standard procedures.
I'm sorry, man.
You get your cuffs and then we take these off.
I'm so stupid.
That is correct. Hold his hand back. Hold his hand.
I'm not gonna fight. That's why I'm not afraid. Date of birth. 2583. 2583. CRAID. Yes, sir.
The suspect now faces charges including fleeing law enforcement, reckless driving, and possible involvement in unlawful property activity. With these actions, jail time and serious legal consequences are highly likely.